Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're looking at one of Earth's most powerful, awe-inspiring, and honestly kind of misunderstood natural forces. We're talking about atmospheric rhythms, and specifically, the whole shebang of the mighty monsoon system.
Think about this for a second. Why do some countries get months of relentless, heavy rain, only to suddenly flip and go completely dry for the rest of the year? I mean, it's an incredibly extreme seasonal shift when you really stop to think about it. And the answer to this planetary puzzle doesn't lie in magic, but in some absolutely fascinating atmospheric physics that we're going to explore together right now.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our roadmap for today. We'll look beyond just heavy rain, unpack the global monsoon engine, spotlight the Indian monsoon, explore impacts on our world, and finally, forecast the future.
Section 1. Beyond just heavy rain, busting a common myth.
Right, so if you ask most people what a monsoon is, they'll immediately say, oh, it's a giant rainstorm. But the word actually comes from the Arabic word mausam, which simply means season. A monsoon is fundamentally a seasonal reversal of wind direction. Think of it less like a massive thunderstorm and more like the Earth slowly exhaling in one direction for half the year and then inhaling in the other. The rainfall, well, that's just a byproduct of these winds transporting huge amounts of moisture from the oceans to the land. So we really need to completely blow up the myth that monsoons merely means heavy rain.
So the crucial point to remember is captured perfectly in this simple equation. Monsoon equals seasonal wind change plus the resulting rainfall pattern. The wind is literally the protagonist of this story. You just can't have the classic monsoon rains without that massive continental scale shift in the wind. That's the fundamental scientific definition we need to lock in.
Section 2. The global monsoon engine, powered by uneven heating.
Here is the grand engine at work. You see, the Earth's land and oceans heat and cool at totally different rates. Land heats up fast and cools down fast, while water, well, it kind of takes its time doing both. So in the summer, the land becomes extremely hot, creating this massive area of low pressure. And since nature absolutely hates a vacuum, moist, higher pressure ocean winds blow toward the land to fill it. Now in the winter, the exact opposite happens. The land cools rapidly, creating high pressure, while the ocean stays relatively warm. So dry winds blow from the land back out to the ocean. That uneven heating, it's the core engine of the entire system.
Let's actually break down the exact recipe of that summer monsoon step by step. Step 1, the land literally bakes in the sun, and that hot air rises. Step 2, this rising air forms a huge low-pressure zone over the continent. Step 3, moist ocean winds rush in to equalize the pressure. But Step 4 is where the magic really happens. As those moist ocean winds hit the land, they're forced upward by mountain ranges and warm surfaces. This is a process called orographic lifting. As the air is pushed high into the atmosphere, it cools rapidly. The water vapor condenses into clouds, and eventually, you get widespread rainfall.
Of course, absolutely none of this happens without the primary power source, the sun. Throughout the year, the sun's position of maximum heating shifts between the northern and southern hemispheres. And as it shifts, it alters the global pressure belts and wind patterns. So without the sun migrating back and forth and unevenly heating the Earth, these incredible seasonal wind reversals just wouldn't exist at all.
Section 3. Spotlight, the Indian Monsoon, a high-stakes system.
Now, what's really interesting about this concept is how geography heavily shapes the outcome of this massive system. During the late spring and summer, the southwest monsoon dominates. Those moist winds travel from the Indian Ocean, smash into mountain ranges like the Himalayas and the Western Ghats, and produce life-giving rain across the subcontinent. But when the northeast monsoon arrives in autumn and winter, the winds reverse. It's mostly dry. But because of the specific geography, the winds pick up moisture over the Bay of Bengal before reaching the coast, giving southeastern India a really crucial burst of winter rain.
You know, predicting exactly how much rain will fall is an incredibly delicate balancing act. The strength of a season depends on a super fragile web of variables. The extreme temperature gap between land and sea, fluctuating ocean surface temperatures, and broader atmospheric circulation. Add in the fixed effects of mountain ranges forcing air upward and year-to-year climate variability, and you've got yourself one of the most complex weather puzzles on Earth.
Section 4. Impacts on our world, the lifeline and the threat.
And this brilliantly illustrates the incredible dual nature of the monsoon. On one hand, it's an absolute lifeline. Millions depend entirely on these rains for drinking water, growing the food that feeds entire continents, and powering massive hydroelectric grids. But there is a razor-thin margin for error. When the system becomes too intense, that exact same lifeline triggers catastrophic flooding, deadly landslides, severe urban waterlogging, and subsequent disease outbreaks.
Entire economies literally rely on the sky delivering just the right amount of rain. Section 5. Forecasting the future. Adapting to a changing climate.
Scientists are closely monitoring how rising global temperatures might influence monsoon behavior, and the research indicates that changes in average temperatures actively influence the broader global water cycle. A warmer atmosphere can hold more moisture, about 7% more for every degree Celsius, which impacts rainfall intensity and acts as a multiplier for extreme rainfall events. At the same time, it can alter the distribution of precipitation, potentially changing the length of dry spells between rains. While the exact regional impacts are still an active area of research, the data clearly shows these historic seasonal rhythms are interacting with some major new variables.
Because the stakes are just so high, we've built a state-of-the-art planetary sensory network to forecast its behavior. We're talking satellites in orbit, Doppler radar scanning the skies, and autonomous ocean buoys feeding real-time data into cutting-edge supercomputers and artificial intelligence models. This incredible tech stack allows governments, farmers, and emergency responders to prepare for the season, secure food production, and ultimately reduce weather-related risks.
I want to leave you with this provocative question to ponder. As our climate continues to change, how will shifting global water cycles disrupt this ancient, vital rhythm that so much of humanity relies upon? It's a massive, complex puzzle for sure, but understanding the core mechanics of the monsoon is absolutely the first step in preparing for the future. Thank you so much for joining me in this explainer today. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and continue building your understanding of Earth's truly fascinating climate systems.